Citizen Kane is often cited as the greatest film ever made, presumably by people who have never seen The Goonies. Of course, the most famous boxing film of all time is Rocky, where against all the odds and despite a swollen lip, puffy eyes and a totally battered face, Sylvester Stallone was cast as the lead.
No, that's not fair.
What, does
Sylvester Stallone's a god of cinema.
Oh, he's ghastly.
What?
Sorry, lads. I'm sorry.
Chelsea, where do you stand on Sylvester Stallone?
Over his face?
My favourite scene in any film is The Expendables, where he has a conversation with Mickey Rourke, and it's like the scene is being conducted underwater.
OK, for my first question about films, I want you to tell me what links the following movie quotes. Okay. Luke, I am your father. Mrs. Robinson, are you trying to seduce me? And do you feel lucky? Punk. What links those three lines?
Or if Sylvester Stallone was doing them.
That's not very good. Sly is more like... That's good. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, there's the Billy Eye. There's the Billy Eye.
It's deeper than that. That's the Elephant Man.
No, the elephant. The elephant is like... I'm not your father, Luke. That's the elephant man.
Well, that's why you don't like Sylvester Stallone. Because you haven't seen
yeah,
his
good.
OK, write down your answers. We're going to have to call time on doing impressions of Sylvester Stallone playing...
Come on, Jimmy.
Jimmy! Hold on. Jimmy!
Mel, I don't even know who you're doing.
He's got this kind of strange, pouchy thing going on.
This is the best one so far.
More quiz. Next question. Take a look at this clip from Raiders of the Lost Ark, featuring a rather hot and sweaty Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. Classic, right?
Yeah, brilliant.
It's good, but he's no Stallone.
So, a classic sequence from Indiana Jones. Originally, that was supposed to be a full-length fight scene. What circumstances led to it being cut short? Write down your answers.
I do know this, but you know what? I've forgotten. Can I still get a point?
Yes, we're doing a special version of the quiz for you.
Forgetting something is the same as not knowing.
No, because I did know once. I definitely knew this. I definitely knew this.
That's the same as not knowing.
Mel, what are you eating?
What is that?
Kendall mint cake.
Mel, are you from another age? Kendall mint cake.
I knew this was going to be a long haul.
Yeah. We're not climbing Snowdon. What are you thinking?
What is that?
It's
Chelsea.
like...
Oh, try some. You
Chelsea,
never had this.
from across my pond to your pond, get involved.
Chelsea, by the way, take confectionaries off her, but if Jonathan offers you anything, don't take it.
OK, so no on him, yes on him.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a snack that gives you sustenance.
No.
It's pure sugar.
Yeah.
It's pure sugar, love.
It's essentially
Great.
just sugar.
It's great.
For our next question, it's over to musical maestro Gareth Malone.
Hi, Jimmy. Now, one of my favourite films has to be Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where they use that wonderful music, bom, 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 to communicate with aliens. Now, if that was a Close Encounter of the Third Kind, what are Close Encounters of the First and Second?
OK. Close Encounters of the First and Second Kind.
I like Gareth.
He's fit, isn't he?
I don't know what was in that Kendall mint cake, but my anus feels very flat.
It's so sugary.
As relaxed as it's ever been.
In that case, Mel, I will have some after all.
Have a look at this still. It's a scene from Steamboat Bill Jr., starring Buster Keaton. According to legend, his shoes were nailed to the floor when they were filming this, but why?
Oh, because he had hammer toes.
That's one of the worst jokes I've ever heard in my entire life.
What did Chelsea just say?
I'm not telling you.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Because he had hammer toes.
OK, next question. Take a look at this.
Yes?
I'm really...
It's been used in loads of movies. What is it?
What is it?
It looks like the Game of Thrones chair.
It doesn't look anything like that.
It does.
It doesn't look
Look,
anything
he's turning
like that.
on me.
What did you think?
I was told he was a nice old guy.
But listen,
Now he's cutthroat.
well, no, because listen, if you want me to write that, I'll write it, but no one else.
Don't do me any favors.
Chelsea, don't worry. Jonathan has never peer pressured a comedian into doing something they regret.
All right. You all got something?
Yeah, you bet.
OK. So I asked you what linked the famous movie quotes. What did you put?
What connects me is they were all lines written for the actors by other people.
Well, if you thought their answer was stupid, Mel...
It's not stupid.
What did you put?
managed to outdo them, if anything. They are all famous film lines. What's more amazing is that you put they're all film lines and you thought, I know what'll save this. Sneaking a little famous.
Yeah, I went a bit blank. Exactly.
Noel, Richard, what have you got?
We're straight up facts here.
Oh.
They're not the actual lines.
That is the right answer.
Bam.
Oh, my God.
They're all
That's
famous
right.
misquotes. So it's Luke, I am your father is the misquote. He actually said, no, I am your father. Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me was Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me, aren't you? Do you feel lucky punk is, you've got to ask yourself one question, do you feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one.
Abbreviated.
Tip top.
So you get the points, Noel and Richard. Well done.
Thank you.
Tough round. Film was a tough round.
OK, I showed you a classic clip from Raiders of the Lost Ark and asked you why that scene was cut short.
Boom.
Malnez.
Dysentery. Dysentery.
What?
She's got it.
Dysentery?
Not you, not a dysentery. You've got the... She's got the answer.
Dysentery. Harrison Ford, who was in that film, in that clip,
Yes, we saw him. Yeah.
yes, had a very dicky tummy throughout the filming. This was a scene that was too long for him, and he thought, oh, I've got to get myself to a cubicle.
He had the shits.
He had the total shits. So, hence, Chelsea,
Yes?
bear with me. You've gone a little bit glassy-eyed, love. Are you
Sorry,
still-
my bad.
So, Harrison thought, sod this for a game of soldiers. I'll get the gun out.
Sure. OK, and what did you put? Chelsea,
Well, I had
Jonathan?
forgotten this answer, but Chelsea got it correctly. I believe we agree. He was sick that day. They couldn't film the
Yeah,
long
but
fight
she didn't
sequence.
put dysentery, though.
Well, because we're polite.
OK, Noel, Richard, what did you get?
He had pneumonia or something. We didn't get
I
it.
said dysentery and you put pleurisy, you idiot.
I said, no, that's me trying to write pneumonia. Don't.
Look at your doctor's handwriting.
Let's-
No one knows what you've written.
Love.
I do calligraphy.
Look, love, let's just sort this out in the car on the way home.
What did it? The answer was Harrison Ford had dysentery.
Yes.
Jimmy, you know I'm honest, right?
Yeah.
I did say,
did say
can you put
dysentery or
dysentery down? And, you know, he just goes his own way. He's an idiot. I know he's directed loads of films, but, you know,
sorry.
sometimes...
Sometimes I don't... I'm too in my head, or I don't engage, or I don't listen. And I know you're saying it, and I'm trying to hear
This
it.
is why the marriage broke down once
And-
before.
I acknowledge that.
I mean, it wasn't just that, you know, the sex had gone wrong.
The sex had changed.
I think, in
It had
fairness,
gone
Noel,
wrong.
if we had to describe your vagina, it is an outie.
Wow! What's going down now?
Dare you
Talk about my vagina on television. My nan watches this show.
Let's move on. OK. Gareth Malone asked you what you thought a close encounter of the first and second kind was.
We put first kind is sighting, second one is hearing. So you see it, then you hear it creeping up on you, then you meet it.
No.
Base 1 is tongue kiss, base 2 is tit up.
A close encounter.
Yeah,
Like
with
with
an alien.
aliens.
You tongue kiss the alien, now you've got to the close encounter base 1.
What do you
Close
mean
encounter
by-
base 2
What
is
do you mean by tit up?
breasts.
I know what they are. I know what tits are. But what is tit up?
To tit, you touch their breasts.
Oh, tit up.
I know, I'm not...
What's the up component?
What's the up component?
You put it up
Exactly,
her-
Richard.
You put it up her blouse.
The tit is
sounds
already
like
there.
you're
You don't have to put
forcibly-
it up the blouse.
To put it up the blouse.
The hand.
Oh, why am I titting myself off? Could have just explained it.
Tit up sounds like you're either adding more tits or you're forcing the tits higher than they ought to be.
Exactly. I'm seeing a kind of balcony, shelf type
My
thing.
friend from Essex told me about it.
Enough tit-up talk.
Yes.
What did you put, Noel, Richard?
Tit up.
Sight, I think. Sight.
Sight, yeah. and-
Physical incursion.
Oh, well,
touch up.
Touch up, I put, not tit up.
That is 100% correct, Noel and Richard. A close encounter of the first kind is a sighting.
Yes,
A close encounter of the second kind is a physical evidence. I showed you a picture of Buster Keaton. Why did he have his shoes nailed to the floor? Chelsea, what do you think?
House falls down.
Because it falls down over him and he had to stay exactly in that spot because he needs to be precisely there so he doesn't get crushed and the window goes right over him. Goes right over him.
Jack, Mel, not great body language. What's going on here?
Jack is sitting this round out, Jimmy, after the...
Tit up. I'm sorry for what I wrote and I'm sorry for what I said.
Jonathan, Chelsea, I got exactly the same as you. I put because house fell down.
Why has everyone started talking like Tarzan? Because house falls down.
The building falls over him and it had to be matched up precisely.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well, let's take a look. Still good now. No, well, you all got absolutely right. The house fell down.
Can I just say that I think Mel's taken her shoes off? It's true, look, that hasn't nailed them down, but I think she was about to. They're the cutest shoes I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, thanks, love.
I'd like to drink Baileys out of them.
Oh, you can. You will. You will and you can.
I showed you this object. What was it?
A producer.
I think that's the best joke so far. I feel that's a joke of the show.
I think that's really strong. That was really strong, that.
Jimmy hates it, look at him. Every bone in his body is screaming out, that cannot be a producer, it's a metal object on a plinth. How could it be a producer? A producer's a person.
Yeah.
Look at him, Captain Logic melting from the inside as Dr. Abstract comes down on him like a whimsical penis.
You're going to fizz now and start puking milk, aren't
Look
you?
at him, the Federer of comedy with his gaze. Look, can't take it, it can't compute. No, mustn't, no logic. This, no producer, this
Tarzan again.
metal.
The joke of the show. I'll say it again. It's the joke of the show.
Yes.
Around this joke, we build the show. We build the show outward from this joke.
What did you write down, Richard?
It's kind
Producer.
of like, isn't it a bit like a sort of ceremony sort of sound device?
Ceremony sound device. Chelsea, Jonathan, what did you get?
We put down it is an instrument and we believe it's used mainly in horror films, so we got it right.
Instrument, horror. Yeah, I can see that. OK, you get a point for that. What did you put, Mel? Jack?
Taking your shoes off.
Now...
When are the pop socks going to come off as well?
Later. Oh, that's wrong. Grandmother and grandson. Not good. It's a water phone.
You're absolutely right.
It's a really cool thing, and I'd quite like to have a go on it.
Go ahead. If you want to have a go, have a go.
I haven't got performance trousers on.
You can stand behind the plinth.
Oh.
Come over.
Very quickly. Richard, you look cool.
cover you.
You look cool. Cover me to the
I don't-
plinth. There we go. Cover me to the plinth.
He's like his...
That's good.
OK, now we're sending him back.
Thank you. Good.
Okay.
No one noticed the terrible trousers.
OK, now play us... Knock out a tune. So this is used in loads of horror films.
Yeah, it's mainly horror films.
It's brilliant actually because you can use it on the bottom.
No, that's not how you... 100% not how you use it.
Shouldn't it be the bow side?
Try the bow side.
The other side, Mel.
Mel the bow.
I was coming to
both
that.
sides.
I was coming to the string bit.
There we go.
That's better, thank you.
There she was.
Do you know what they call this in the industry? Combing the producer's hair.
Shuffle away. Get me back. Cover me.
Shuffle
Cover
back.
me.
Shuffle
Cover me.
back. Let's shuffle back.
Cover me. Thanks, my love.
Shuffle back. There you go.
OK, let's take a look at the scores. Jonathan and Chelsea have 6. Jack and Mel have 7. Noel and Richard are in the lead with 10. Who had that? Who knows?